What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Nichols, a YouTube channel. So today we're covering the special event that happened this past weekend. For those who don't know, upcoming this weekend is actually LAAC, and it's the same format as the special event. So I thought, let's look at this finals and see how this match went down, what happened, all that kind of fun stuff. I haven't seen what happened, so we're gonna see what it's like. To my knowledge, there's Palkia on the left and Terapagos, I guess how you say it's the turtle Pokemon, on the right. Good old America versus Brazil. Yeah, there it is, Brazil. So 11-02 and 10-1-2. So that's pretty two good records. I know what most of these cards do as well. I think the thing I'm going to struggle with is the HP of these Pokemon. I don't have the cards in front of me, so we'll do our best to try to commentate over that as much as we can. But I thought it'd be cool to talk about this matchup, see how it goes. Both players are set up, and it looks like we did have a player mulligan. And I thought we were going to see a fist bump, and here we go. All right, so we got a Hoothoot versus Pheasantipity. So, and I imagine the player on the left probably wants to see multiple Duskulls. I think the big thing here is you're going to try to get Greninja and like knock out all the Hoothoots. So your opponent can't use the Noctowl, because I think that's really the big thing of this Terapagos. I don't know how to say this Pokemon's name. We'll just say We'll say Turtle. We'll just say Turtle. The Turtle Pokemon really thrives with these like Noctowls, right? And I think that's the bread and butter, right? And if you're able to get Greninja now, and you're able to punish these Hoothoots and take a knock on it, you're good to go. Most of these turtle decks, they don't play Manaphy to protect their bench, so that's a really bad thing here. And I imagine we'll see the Palkia player probably, they're looking their, checking their price card, stuff like that. They do have like an hour and 15 game, so definitely got some time to figure out what we have priced here. And we're taking a second. This Palkia deck does play like a lot of wonky 1/1 cards. It is like the Palkia Dusknoir with like with the Greninja EX. Yeah, that's what Frog. Yeah, Greninja EX. I saw Greninja and I'm like, yeah, it's Greninja. Yeah, 100%. Right? Yeah. Am I silly? Yeah, 100%. So we see a Conceal cards there, discarding a water, drawing 2. Imagine when we see Duskulls come down. Palkia is definitely clutch. We need a Palkia this turn. That's the big thing. We have to find Palkia. So we see an Ultra Ball discarding one of the Duskull pieces and a Blood Moon Ursaluna. This is fine because you can play 4 stretchers. You can get back your Blood Moon. You can get back your Dusknoir, Duskull, whatever that is, right? So that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, it's Greninja, 100%. Greninja EX is the 1/1 line that this deck does play. I'm not going to be using this matchup, I don't think, at all. And we just see a pass. So we do have the Greninja down, we have the Palkia, and so we will use Palkia V-Star next turn. So under the player's turn, the big thing here is can we get multiple Hoothoots down, right? Because they're going to be prime targets next turn, right? Looks like we do have the Fan Rotom. We do have another Hoothoot that could come down, and this Fan Rotom could help start setting up, find some colored Pokemon, and put those down. And Zora has just joined me. Thank you, Zora. Thank you for helping the commentating today. Okay, maybe not. She is everywhere now. So we see a player on the right, look through the deck, see what's priced. It's always good to do that, just to know what you have, what you don't have, and we're looking at the counts. And especially the same thing as the Palkia player. This deck definitely plays like a lot of one-ofs, I imagine. They're playing I think they play Dusknoir in their deck too. So that's another big thing you have to keep count of is your Dusknoirs and Duskull line and stuff like that. Zora, you are being something right now. So we do see Hoothoot Rotom. And I don't think you can't Rotom multiple times in a turn. I'm pretty sure you can only use it once. So that one Rotom gets those other 3 cards. Okay? But no Noctowl, interesting enough. Maybe we already have him in hand. Can you only get basics? Maybe that's what it is. I haven't played the deck before, so I can't remember if it's been basics or not basics. We see Duskull come down. We see 4 Hoothoots. And we just see a pass onto the Greninja, or the Palkia player. Alright, so on the right side, good. We got 4 Hoothoots. We're good to go. We can't use Noctowl next turn until we get the Turtle. And right now you can't put Turtle down unless you have the Stadium. Do see Iona here, which is pretty clutch. because you know your opponent at least has something, right? Because you wouldn't commit all these Huthus unless you already have a way to get it down, right? You're not going to put the stadium down either until you have it. So we see a Palkia come down. We see an Earthen Vessel discarding a water energy. You can find 2 more water energies. And what we can see is a water energy attached to the active retreat, and then we can use Palkia's V-Star to get 3 energies on the Radiant Greninja and knock out 2 Huthus if they want to. They could knock out the Duskull as well, just to remove the capability of, you know, going for the Dusknoir play and like getting some sneaky knockouts that way. So that could be a possibility. And this matchup is actually pretty interesting because Palkia V-Star thrives on bench Pokemon, while Turtle also thrives on bench Pokemon. So this interaction is going to be pretty interesting to see. We see a Heavy Ball going to look at their prize cards, and they should know what's in there already, but now they fully can like write down the notes. So I think that's what we see now is the player writing down what Pokemon and what cards are in the prize cards. Because now you can 100% see it. You can literally just pick up your cards and be like, "Yep, this is what's in there." So we're going to see a shuffle up here. Looks like no Pokemon are in there. We see the Head Ball not finding anything, but now they know what's in the prize cards. We see the 6 cards going back down. We see a Buddy Poffin probably finding 2 Duskull most likely. I don't think there's anything else they can really grab here, right? I don't think the Greninja EX is worth it in this matchup. It's probably not worth it at all. Definitely not in this matchup. So you see 2 waters, 3 waters. And like I said, there's another water in the hand, so we could go water attach, retreat, go for the Greninja play. And yep, there we see the Greninja, the Palkia V-Star acting its ability. And we can knock out 2 Huthuts here. 1 there. And I think you go after the Duskull or go on double Huthus here. Alright, so double Huthu being knocked out, okay. So that does leave the Turtle Pokemon with the capability of get Dusknoir, and that could help provide this damage to knock out something, right? But if you're the Turtle player, what do you do here? Because, like, you have to go after a 2-prize Pokemon, right? At Palkia, you're really not taking a 1-shot unless you go for the Dusknoir, but if you go for the Dusknoir, your opponent takes a prize card, then they go down to 3, and that doesn't look good. And this match was kind of weird because like this Turtle deck, like I said, it thrives on having a big bench, but if you have too big of a bench, then Palkia V-Star comes back and swings back at you. So, we see the Nest Ball coming down. We do see the Turtle come down, so that can activate the Noctowns now because there is a terrestrialized Pokemon on the field. They receive Pheasantipity, and we kind of see like almost a similar setup here, like pretty much like almost like a mirror match, but just like different types, right? Both using Dusknoir, Pheasantipity, draw cards. You're setting up in different ways, right? So it's like pretty much the same thing, and you attack with the amount of bench Pokemon. And so it's pretty interesting that both these decks thrive on bench bases. It's almost like if you play a deck that can just control your bench size, you're good to go. We do see the Noctowl that could come down, but do they have the Stadium afterwards, which is the big question. I guess you can grab it with the Noctowl, because you find 2 trainer cards, and the trainer card could be one of the Stadium cards. Here we go, and we'll see the Noctowl finds probably a Stadium for sure. What do we grab afterwards? It looks like I am not sure what card that is. No, that's the Stadium. Stadium and Rare Candy. So the Rare Candy is going to find Dusknoir. Dusknoir could do 120 to the active Greninja if they want to do that. But then once again, your opponent takes a prize card and stuff like that. We do see a Nest Ball. Nest Ball could find another Turtle maybe. Yep, so there's another Turtle. And it's pretty nice because you can like take a knockout and have the other one ready to go next turn. And if we have some kind of like Prime Catcher here, and with a double turbo would be great. But it looks like we don't have that right now. If we don't even have a double turbo, then we are in trouble. So let's see. What do we have? Yeah, because the Turtle player needs to take a knockout this turn. If they don't take a knockout, it's going to go downhill real quick. The good thing is, I don't think the Palkia player can like immediately take a knockout back out. So we see Huthu coming down. We see another Buddy Poffin grabbing another Duskull, and once again, like I said, it's pretty much almost like a mirror match. You have these set of Pokemon with Noctowl versus Greninja and Dusknoirs, right? So we do have 8 bench spots, so we're full now. We do see a research. They're trying to hand draw 7 new cards, and can we find a double turbo and Prime Catcher? I think that's the 2 cards we really need right now to solidify some either damage or a knockout. So that is the big thing here. So let's see. Okay, so player right definitely doesn't have anything, is what it seems like. We do see the Dusknoir. Okay, maybe not. Ooh, maybe no Dusknoir. Maybe no Dusknoir. We do see an Ultra Ball. This could find another Noctowl. Is that what we're going to find here? The bench is full. There's 8 Pokemon, so there is... Oh, they skipped a step. They meant to grab... Oh, that Noctowl can't evolve either. It is one on the bench. There we go. So we see the Noctowl, and then we see a Switch and an Energy Lotto. I think that's 2 cards. It looks like gold cards. Kind of hard to see, but Energy Lotto is definitely risky because you have to hit an energy off this, right? It seems like our player does not have the double turbo, and we're going to leave it all to chance here with this Energy Lotto. So see Energy Lotto. There we go. Do they find the double turbo? And there we go. We found the double turbo. And that's one of the risky things about this turtle deck is you only pay 4 double turbos. I remember at one point people playing like 1 jet or something. I was like, what the heck's going on? You're playing 1 jet? But we see Dusknoir take it back on the active. Okay. And let's see here. See the Dusk will come up. Okay. And I thought maybe we'd see some chip damage onto like a Palkia or something, but it looks like we're just going to knock out the Greninja. We see the free retreat, or the switch. Oh yeah, it's a switch. And then double turbo to the active. So we see a knockout here. So we see, 4 to 3 now. Sorry. Woo! Dusknoir gave the knockout there. But now we see the Dusk will come up. So we could see a Dusknoir come in line. We see the stretcher for Dusknoir. Rare Candy Dusknoir. And they got another stretcher. This is going to be game here. Well, no, it's not game necessarily because there's not enough prize cards left. Never mind. I made a mistake there. What I was thinking is they could Dusknoir knock out like a bench Noctowl and then use Blood Moon, but Blood Moon can't activate right now because the player on the right hasn't taken that many prize cards, and you can't do that either because of no Dusknoir. So. Or not enough price. No, you have another Dusknoir to give up prize cards. We see. Oh, do you see the Froakie get benched? It feels like it's kind of late though. A little late. It could see Greninja come down. Now Greninja does have a lot of HP for 1 energy attacker, so it could be beneficial maybe that way. We will see Dusknoir being used. Now, if you're the player, who do you go after? Do you go after the Dusknoir on the bench, or do you go after the Hoothoot? If you go after the Hoothoot, you get rid of options to find like extra trainer cards, stuff like that. But the Dusknoir gets rid of the extra damage counters. I think you had to pick one though. You have to go after one or the other right now for sure, right? That's the big thing here. So see Dusknoir being activated, knocking out the Hoothoot, saying, "Hey, you're not getting access to that stuff, right?" So Water G being attached to Cyrus. You can't do anything with the Palkia. We see the Palkia goes up. And it's kind of risky because we could see a Rare Candy Dusknoir knockout on the Palkia. But then you put the Palkia player at 1 prize card left. You do take 2 prize cards and then you go down to 2. I think it's... Yeah. Oh, no, it's 3. It's 3 prize cards left. Okay. So we see Pheasant Dippin' here. 1, 2, 3. So the Dusknoir could take a knockout. Dusknoir plus... Turtle is a knockout in the active. And then, where do you go from here? Lost Vacuum coming down. Going to get rid of a Noctowl. Going to put the opponent down to 5. But the player there also has to find Rare Candy Dusknoir, which is like kind of hard to do with the 3-card hand too as well. We'll just see a pass from the Palkia player onto the Turtle's turn. And let's see, what do they have here? Can they find Rare Candy Dusknoir and knock out this Palkia? That is the big question here. Yeah, I don't think they could potentially win if they can, like, Rare Candy Dusknoir, knock out Froakie, bring up Pheasantipity, and knock it out somehow, right? That's the gold here. That'd be golden. But we see Pheasantipity being activated. Doesn't look like we have the game on board. I do see Rare Candy and Night Stretcher, so we do have the capability of knocking out the Palkia, right? That is definitely a thing that we could do. We can knock out the Palkia. 100% we could do that right now. The question is, do we want to do that, right? Do we want to knock out this Palkia? That is the question. We do get out 1 prize card, which then activates Blood Moon or Saluna, and they will not need any energy cards to take it to swing, right? And that will knock out the Turtle, 100%. So that is a big risk factor here. You got to think, does not want to have access to get Blood Moon? That's a big thing too. Or Way to Treat plus Blood Moon, right? That's what they'll need in their hands. So we do see Night Stretcher. We do see the Dusknoir. Do we see the Rare Candy Dusknoir knock out the active? I think if you're going to use Dusknoir, you definitely knock out the active. Unless you have, like, some kind of, like, prime catcher player or counter catcher player or something to knock out some of them on the bench to win the game. So we see a Defiance band or Vitality band, and we just see a swing actually. Interesting. So saying, you know what? Next turn, I got game on board next turn. I got game on board next turn. Now it's up to the Palkia player. They could have game on board. The problem here is Specificity is not procced, so you can't use it. It didn't activate, so you can't do anything. We see a Duskull come down, and we see a Mew come down. Okay, we could restart for one card, but Lord, that's gonna be the best one. Okay, just an Iono here, just an Iono. Okay. We're going to see 2 cards. We see Mew for 1. But if they don't have Rare Candy Dusknoir, this is not going to work. So we see a Pokestop. Oh, that is not what you want to see. That is not Rare Candy Dusknoir. I think that's what we need this turn to actually solidify the knockout. We do see a Ultra Ball. This could grab Dusclops, but I don't think there's enough resources to. I don't think there's enough damage in play to take a knockout. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, they don't have the energy. That's what they're missing. They're missing the energy. If they had the energy, they would have game on board, right? And there's nothing they can do to draw energy now. And I think this is game now, right? Am I missing something? Dusknoir to knock out the Froakie. Okay. Nest Ball for Blood Moon. Oh, they can just retreat to Blood Moon to swing now. Because the player on the left, yep. Retreat to Blood Moon, and there we go. So you swing. Dang! Woo! What a crazy game one! What a crazy game one. The Ionas were trying to stick, but they just didn't do it. They didn't do it. Wow, what a crazy game. So what could be a difference that we can make in that game? And I think the big difference there is once Greninja was knocked out, the Palkia player didn't have anything set up for next turn, right? We took a knockout, right? Greninja did his thing, but there's nothing else powered up. So once that was gone, it was game over. And I think one thing that we could maybe do a little bit different is have Greninja in play ready to go. Because if Greninja's out and you're able to get Rare Candy Greninja and start swinging for 1 energy, I think that's the big thing here that we could see that we didn't see last turn, right? Or last game. But still, pretty close game. Down to the wire, one prize card, kind of thing. So that's kind of the game you want to see there. That is the game you want to see here for sure. Both players are going to sit up here, and we're going to get a new hand of 7. On to game number 2. If you don't know, this is best 2 out of 3 in the finals. Actually, all of regionals is best 2 out of 3. So, but 6 prize cards coming down. No mulligans from either player, and here we go. And looks like the Palkia player is going to go first. It does start with that Greninja. Beautiful. That's what you want to see. And ooh, getting rid of a Stretcher. Interesting. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And we see just a pass. Oh, that's not good at all. We see Hoothoot coming down. We got that Fan Rotom, so we can activate that Fan Rotom, which is what we're seeing right now. I'm going to find 3 colors Pokemon. I think it's 3 colors Pokemon. I don't think it matters if it's a basic or evolution. I'm 99% sure it doesn't matter. I'm 100% sure it does not matter. So, I think the only limitations of it is you can only use it on your first turn, right? Yeah, so I think that's the only limitation of Fan Rotom is you can only use it on your first turn, right? Be kind of broken if you could use it every turn. But we see a Pidgey. Actually, we did not see any Pidgeots last game at all. So Pidgeot is played at his desk, and it's probably just a 1-1 line, maybe a 2-1. And we do see the knocked out. So we see Hoothoot knocked out, Pidgey coming down. And if you're able to get turn 2 Pidgeot, you are golden. Now, the only problem is the Palkia player could easily knock out the Pidgey and Hoothoot to put them in a good spot. But we'll see. We see Earth Vessel discarding Blood Moon, getting 2 water energies. That's part of it. Do we have another Vessel? That could really good. Do we have a way to discard these energies? We know for sure that Greninja could discard 1 of these energies. That's the big thing here. But after that, you need more energies, right? And you need 3 on the active, and you need to attach 1 per turn to the Palkia, and that way you have a follow-up attacker just in case this Greninja does go down. So that's a big thing here. But at least this time, the player on the right doesn't have Duskull. So they can't get Dusknoir out. They can't immediately retaliate at Greninja unless they go for Terapagos or Turtle. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think you want to use Turtle to swing into one of the Palkias, right? I think that's a big thing here. But we'll see. The player on the left is taking a second, look at the prize cards, see what's prized, all the kind of fun stuff. Always good to check. And the player on the right, I guess, they did price check, which is very, very quick. They probably didn't do as detailed as the player on the left, which is fine. It's up to you. It's up to you. However you want to do it, right? It's up to you. It's up to you. But we see 2 water just going down. And do we just see a concealed cards here? Yep, concealed, drawing 2, 1 and 2. Do we have a way to get more water juice in Disco Palace? There's a Palkia V-Star. Okay. We only have 1 in there. There's 1 Trekking Shoes, Stretcher, Blood Moon, and Earthen Vessel. Haven't played anything else. There is an Ultra Ball. See at the far right, there is an Ultra Ball in the deck. So Ultra Ball could grab some kind of resource. And I do see water juice in the hand. We know there's at least 1 in the hand. It looks like Dusknoir's in there too. A lot of stuff is cooking in his hand. So we see Ultra Ball discarding Palkia V-Star and a Water Energy. Like I said, I would love to see another Water Energy be discarded and then attach 1 per turn. That's the money right there. If we could do that play, we'll be cooking. We see Mew VMAX comes down, but the player on the left has 3 cards, so still not enough. We see a switch into the Mew. We see a Mew for 1. Is it like an Ultra Ball? Okay, so we do see V-Star and attach per turn, but Pidgey will get knocked out. Pidgey will not survive. Yep, Pidgey and Hoothoot, 2 great cards are being discarded here, or 2 Pokemon being knocked out. And onto the Turtles player's turn. Turtle's hand looks very bad. Okay, there's a stadium. There's no way you commit a stadium and you just pass there. If you commit a stadium, you have to at least do something, right? I don't think you commit just stadium. So there's a Nest Ball. Okay, so we're cooking now. As long as we get the turtle down. As long as we get the turtle down, we could do stuff. The turtle's not down, then Hoothoot is useless. It doesn't do anything. And we know there's a turtle in the hand because we grabbed one with Fan Rotom last turn. So we'll definitely see. Turtle come down. We could go Fezandipity and cross our fingers. We draw 3 cards if our hand is terrible. But no, we're gonna go Turtle here. And I like this more. I don't think you go Fezandipity at all because you get knocked out for Nest Ball for Fezandipity if you want to do that play. We do see, looks like we're going to see a Poffin into 2 Duskull. But what's the other card? So switch. Alright, so we get Poffin doubles. We get Poffin, switch, Poffin for 2 Duskulls. Switch into Turtle double turbo swing. So switch. Counter catcher. And a research. Alright, so they're hoping they find this double turbo. That is the $1 million play. They didn't play a support card yet. I had to think about it. They haven't played one yet. We see Stretcher to get back a Hoothoot. Okay, sorry. I was going to say knocked out. And we just see just a pass. So we did whiff. Now, the big thing here is the player on the left really still can't attack. Just because there's no energies on that Palkia. We missed the energy attached to the Palkia. If we found the energy on Palkia, we'd be able to swing this turn. We do have a Desmo coming down, knocking out the Hoothoot, saying, hey, no knocked out for you. Get out of here. You don't need that. We see a soon Heavy Ball. We're going to see what our last 3 prize cards are. Okay, a little shuffle there. A little shuffle. There we go. But what do you do with your player on the left? What do you do this turn? Got a card in hand. See a Stretcher get back the Duskull. Oh, Water Energy. Okay. Water Energy deactive. Prime Catcher up. The Duskull. Okay. Mew for 2. Interesting. Because the Dusknoir can just like knock itself out and do like and knock out the Greninja or something if you want to. If you want to do it that way, or maybe knock out the Palkia or something. We do see a Nest Ball coming down. And Nest Ball's kind of itchy. I guess go for another. Ooh, going for Froakie. Nope. I think you'd go for another. Yeah, Duskull is what I was about to say. I was going to say, grabbing the Froakie was very interesting because I think you want another Dusknoir for next turn. Okay. And I think if you play on the left, you just retreat to Greninja. Because you don't want that Mew to get knocked out. So, yep, just pass. Alright, so play on the right. Let's see what they have here. They do have Rare Candy in hand. I do see that. We do see Energy Lotto. I do see Prime Catcher. So we could pick up a knockout on this Mew if we want to. And if we can, like... I don't even know. There's a double turbo there. What do you even do here? You can go after the Mew. Dusknoir knocks himself out. And knocks out something else. Is there a way you could not overcommit and knock out the Mew? But I don't think that's possible. So double triple to the Terapagos. Because it's only doing 110 right now, if I do the math correctly. Nice Stretch Slowdown is doing 130. Let's see. Oh, it froze. So we do see a Prime Catcher. Oh. Okay, something's happening. We see Iona. Okay, so we see... yeah, Prime Catcher, Bench Turtle, and Swing. Which is not a knockout right now. Yeah, definitely not a knockout right now. Oh, it's freezing again. Sorry. It's not me. I think it's just the way it was recorded, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think Turtles has a knockout this turn. And you don't overcommit right now because then your opponent could just win next turn. We see a Blood Moon come down. Now that would be enough to knock out the Mew. We see a Treat actually. Was that not enough? 5, 6, 7. Is my math off? Maybe it was off. Maybe my math was off. But we treat the Duskull. We see it. Earth Vessel getting 2 Water Trees. Yeah, I must have the math wrong somewhere. For sure. Because if so, then you definitely do that, right? We see the Mew. No, okay. Radiant Greninja. Interesting. Do we have a way to bring on Pokemon to the bench or not? So Pokestop. So they have to go down to 5. Okay. And we see Pokestop. Rare Candy. Wow! We could see a game right now. This could be game. This could easily be game right now. Nest Ball gonna fail. Okay. See another Dusk will come down. Well, I don't think it's gonna be game because I don't think the play on the right is gonna promote a non. I think they're gonna promote a non-EX Pokemon or an EXV Pokemon. So player left can only take 2 prize cards this turn, no matter what. We see Struck and Shoes. Okay. Gotta think. Unless there's a boss order or something, then that could be definitely game then. Okay. Stretch back. Oh, Dusknoir. Okay, so we got the Dusknoir. Rare Candy, Dusknoir. Gonna knock out the Pidgey. And then they concede. Oh, I think they're saying that, like, their prize or something. It looked like a lot of Pokemon's prize right there. It looked like a lot of Pokemon's prize. So I guess the player on the right was saying, I can't take a knockout no matter what. Maybe. Not 100% sure. But, anyways, what a game number 3. That game was not as close, but I think it definitely shows how strong, like, being able to set, like, knock out the Hoothoots over and over again, or knock down, make it where your opponent can't use Hoothoots. Knocking out the Hoothoots, your opponent gets you knocked out. There we go. So I think that's kind of the big thing here, is make it where your opponent can't use that. But the player on the right is going to be able to go first. So they will be able to have access to be able to, get their knockdowns not first, get that set up kind of thing. Because there's no way... I don't like this at all. I don't like that both players just declumped on stream. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Anyways, a different story. Anyways, but yeah, the player on the left cannot take a turn one swing into these Hoothoots and stuff like that. So that's definitely not going to happen at all. So we won't see anything crazy. So we'll definitely see the Noctowls come online unless the Turtle player just draws like really bad here. We could see that. We could see a bad from either. We could see bad from either side. It's a very both setup-y decks, but we do see an Ultra on the right hand, and we do see Hoothoots. Okay, so we see the play on the right is good to go, and here we go. So Hoothoots start Palkia. Pretty good start. Like I said, there is an Ultra Ball and Rare Candy and stuff like that, so we can use Fan Rotom for sure. Gets a Pokemon down and be good to go. We see Ultra Ball discarding 2 cards that I can't really see because that is a blinding light. That is a blinding light. But we're going to see Fan Rotom here and search for 3 colors Pokemon. Most likely, I think you hold the other Ultra Ball just in case you get the Rare Candy Dusknoir or something. We can't actually get Duskull this turn. That's the only problem, I don't think. Unless there's a supporter card in there that I don't see. But we'll see Fan Rotom come down, for sure. For sure Fan Rotom's coming down, right? That's going to come down. Okay, and we'll see 3 colors Pokemon hit the field, or hit the hand. See Pidgey, Hoothoot, and Noctowl. And like I said, those Hoothoots are saved. There's no way both of those can be knocked out. I don't think either one can be knocked out next turn. Right? It's impossible. So they receive those 2 come down, and just a pass. So no Duskulls turn 1. We'll see Hisuian and Hitball. This is perfect because now we don't have to wait 10 minutes for the player to check their price, check the price cards or anything, because they can just see it. They can see it right now. Take a little note, write down a little etch or sketch, write down what they're going to have. All right, give a little shuffle. So no Pokemon in the prize cards again. I think that's 3 games in a row with no Pokemon in the prize cards. Ooh, a turn 1 Earth Vessel discarding Water Energy. That's pretty golden, especially if there's an Ultra Ball here. If there's an Ultra Ball, then we're definitely cooking, right? We are going places. And you don't have to worry about your Palkia being knocked out, I'm pretty sure. Unless something crazy happens, but I'm like 90% sure that Palkia is safe. We do see an Ultra Ball. Could find a Squawk. So, ooh, turn 1 Squawk and Seize. Let's go. All right. Pretty nice. We have not seen that at all from either player. So, I don't know. I don't think they play on the right place. Squawk ability, though. We see a switch into the Squawk. Ooh, Water Energy attachment. This is actually pretty cool because you can use this attack to get some energies back into play. Do we find the Greninja and Duskulls? That's what we need, though. We see Trekking Shoes. Going to keep that. Greninja comes down. Do we have an energy to discard with the concealed cards? We see a Nest Ball. So Nest Ball can find a Duskull. I definitely think if you have Water Energy... Oh, that's an Iono. Ooh, never mind. I'm way off. All right. So we know there's a Noctowl in the hand, so that's actually pretty good. You get rid of the Noctowl. You hope your opponent can't draw. You know at least once at the bottom of their deck. Double Duskull, let's go! We're going to see a Squawk here. Get 2 energies. Own that Greninja, I imagine. That's at least what I would be doing. But I could be wrong. I could be bad. I could be bad. Who knows? Okay, there we go. So, 20 damage comes down. 2 energies on that Greninja. I forget what it's called. Motivate or something. I think that's what it's called. But we see a Nest Ball here. Going to find another... Ooh, going to go find the Turtle. Which makes sense because you can't use Noctowl unless you have Turtle in play. So that's a big thing here. So Turtle comes down. And do we have the Noctowl? Remember, 1 got put on the bottom of the deck with the Iono. There's probably 3 in the deck. Most decks don't play 4. They only play 3. We see Double Turbo being attached. Ooh, there we go. And another Iono being played. All right. So back-to-back Ionos here. So 6 cards coming out. And can the Turtle player find the Noctowl? Oh man, I don't know. They kind of pounded their fist a little bit, which makes me think they don't have Noctowl. No, they do have Noctowl. Okay, there's Noctowl. Noctowl could potentially get like a Rare Candy Featherball to get a Pidgeot out in play, and that'd be really good. We haven't seen a Pidgeot at all these games. So that could be really nice if we can go for that play. I do see the Stadium, and I think I saw a Rare Candy in hand too. So Featherball's already in the hand, so they guarantee Pidgeot with a Featherball. Looks like they got Rare Candy and a Stadium. Okay. We're going to Featherball here to find the Pidgeot. There's Rare Candy in the hand, so we're going to Rare Candy Pidgeot. There's a Hoothoot coming line, another Turtle, Pidgeot for any card. Could go for Prime Catcher here, or do you just switch and attack? Looks like we are. Looks like we'll go for Buddy Poffin actually to set up Duskulls. All right. Ooh, yeah! Look at that play. Yeah, that's a sick play. So they pitch out for Noctowl for Buddy Buddy Poff and Prime Catcher. Buddy Buddy Poff and 2 Duscles and get Prime Catcher. Yeah, that's a sick play there. And then we see Prime Catcher bringing up the Palkia. We're going to see a swing, and it does take a knockout. That is insane. Did not expect I did not expect that to be a knockout. Did not expect a knockout there. But now the Greninja player can, or the Palkia player can retaliate by just hatching Water G and knocking out 2 Duscles. We see a Dusclops comes online. And do we see another water? I think that's the play, right? If you could Water G the active, pop both Duscles, make your opponent can't use that. They have to bring up the Squawk to take a knockout. We see a Palkia coming down, okay. We see an Arita for a Palkia V-Star and a Counter Catcher. So Counter Catcher can just bring up somebody to get it stuck in the active spot as well too. That could be the play here. We know that the Turtle player does play a switch though. We've seen it in both games, but this is the moment where Counter Catcher does work. So you could Counter Catcher bring up the like a Noctowl? Could be a thing. We see Search to find into the Palkia. Let's see here. So Lost Vacuum, maybe. I think you. Oh, it's probably risky. Yeah. So Counter Catcher up the Noctowl. Lost Vacuum the Stadium, making it where they discard Noctowl, and then from there, what do you do? What do you discard outside of that? Because you have to go down to 5. You have to go down to 5. We know for sure Noctowl's getting bumped, so that's 7. Looks like Fan Duskull Noctowl. Need one more after that. Huthu Noctowl? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're going to save the Noctowl for being knocked out this turn. They're saying, hey, I'm going to prevent from you taking price cards, actually. Interesting. So what happens here is they still can knock out the active Noctowl and the Duskull. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the price cards. Yeah, because Noctowl does not have 90 HP, so it will definitely survive. So yeah, so now on to the Turtles player. So they had a full bench of 8. Now they're down to 3. That's pretty insane, right? That's pretty crazy. But they do have Pidgeots. Pidgeot can grab any card out of their deck. We do see a Nest Ball. Defined a Fezzidipity, it looks like. Yep, Fezzidipity is going to be able to help draw cards and get set up and keep the party going, as they would say, right? But what does the Turtles player go after? You don't have Duskull, so you can't go for some Dusknoir play. You need the Stadium to increase your side to 8. You have 4 right now, so you can at least put 1 down. Let's see, what do we have here? So we see a double turbo be attached to the Turtle. We see a Huthu in the field and an Iona. Okay. So I'm gonna put both players down to 4. The Turtle player does have Fezzidipity. They have not used it yet. Looks like the hand is not very good. I see some rare candies, some other stuff, so definitely not what they're looking for, I'm pretty sure. So see Fezzidipity drawn 3. Yeah, put the markers down. There we go. Yeah, put that marker down. Get out of here. And what do you do here? Do you just... Okay, Pidgeot. What does Pidgeot find here? Because you definitely gonna want Poffin to get more Duskulls, but I don't know how many Duskulls are left in the deck to begin with. Huh. So what do you grab here? What is your play here? What do you grab here? You've already Iona, so you can't support a card. Like I said, there's a lot of Duskulls in the discard pile, so you can't go Poffin. Of course, we won't be able to see. We won't be able to see. It's a mystery. Mystery to everybody. But what is that one card? That is the $1 million question. I can't see it. I guess we're just going to see a swing here for a knockout. Go down to 3, okay? It kind of says, like, hey, if you use Dusknoir next turn, I can KO to take the Squawk ability out to win next turn. And if you go Dusknoir here. Now, because the player on the left is actually win this turn, they could go double Dusknoir, knock out both Hothooth and Noctowl, Blood Moon, the Terapagos, and win. That is a play we could see. So Nest Ball, okay. For Pheasantipity, most likely. Yep. So like I said, they can go for Rare Candy Dusknoir, knock out Noctowl, Hoothoot, put your opponent at 1, use Blood Moon, take the last 2 prize cards. And that is definitely the play that I would be trying to do if I was a player on the left. So we see Pheasantipity, 1, 2, 3. Do we have that combo in play or not? Do we have the capability of doing this? Because if we do, we're winning. We're winning this special event. Looking at the prize cards, see what's prized. That's what they're using. They're looking at the tablet to see what was prized. So here's the Ultra Ball to find Dusknoir. Do we have Rare Candy Dusknoir? Rare Candy Dusknoir. I like this play a lot. We knock out the Dusknoir. Ooh, going to the Pheasantipity, actually. And that's still fine if they could do that. So stretch out the Dusknoir. Knock that out. Yep. There you go. Go down to 2. Nest Ball for Blood Moon. Put that Blood Moon, retreat, and there you go. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you could do the other play too, where you knocked out Hoothoot and Noctowl, and you're good to go. But yeah, there we go. And I think that's why this the deck. I mean, I don't know. They both do really well. I think the difference here is one player got a bunch of Dusknoirs out, and the other player didn't. And I think that's the big deal here. Being able to be able to use those Dusknoirs is what is so key here. I think that's the big deal, and that's what we kind of saw right there. Double Dusknoir into knockout was really great. So yeah, there we go. Palkia taking the win against Turtles. Pretty insane finals. I think it was all 3 good matches. I think that play of like bump at the stadium plus taking a knockout, or bump at the stadium plus taking two Pokemon out was like very clutch. Make it where they only have 3 Pokemon, right? So that's pretty good. But yeah, there we go. Palkia wins. And like I said, this weekend is LEIC, so we will see what happens. And will Palkia remain the champ, or will something else come up? That's the big question. I'm not sure. Deck seems really good, really strong. I don't know how you counter it. That's the big question here, right? How do you counter this? But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, bye.